welcome back to another exciting video of the heart-to-heart conversations with me, Rosalia Shiweva. And today on the show, I'm joined by my partner in business as well. That is Mr. Eric, and he is from the Lyambai arts and culture industry. And before we get started with talking to Mr. Eric, I would love just to share with the audience heart-to-heart conversation. We are speaking on purpose, passion, and also showcasing the stories of creatives within the region of the Zambezi region. And we are right here in Katima Mulilo. So we want to showcase those who have gotten breakthrough through their journeys, but really to showcase them to the audience, to the world at large. Mr. Eric, thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored to partner with you with the whole Lyambai arts and culture industry at large. Before we get into the story, maybe you can introduce, tell the audience, who are you? What is your work? Give them your background and all of the versatile skills that you are multitasking from day to day so that they know the insight of who you are.
Okay, thank you very much, Rosalia, for the opportunity of having me in this interview. As you requested, my story is a bit complicated, but I'll make it a bit shorter for everybody to understand. Since childhood, after I completed my high school, grade 12, I had some challenges, but anyhow, I didn't look on the challenges. What I did is I had to reallocate from Walvis Bay, from Katima to Walvis Bay, to look for better opportunities. So what happened is that when I arrived in Walvis, I had some challenges to find work, but I decided to approach a retail company, which is called Louis Stores, where I requested them to give me an opportunity to prove myself if I'm capable to own a position in the organization. So they gave me a position called an agent, sales agent. So I was, assigned to look for potential clients outside the working environment. Then I had to make my own paycheck, understand? So it was difficult, but I didn't give up because I knew I had to secure a position in an organization for me to be able to buy bread, So it took me a year and 2 months, and I was appointed as a salesperson. I'm kind of, I should say I'm a lucky person because things have been working very good for me. It took me 6 months, and then I was again promoted to become a store clerk. Now, as soon as I became a store clerk, I reallocated to Swakop, and then I worked there for a year, and then I was promoted as a trainee manager. Now, I was working as trainee manager for 6 months again, and then I was sent to SA to do a management course. So on my return, I was promoted to other branches within the Louis Store organization to manage the branches, So I was doing good as well, but after 8 years, after I worked for Louis Store for 8 years, I realized that I felt, I need to change my profession, since I've acquired knowledge in terms of retail. And then I joined Toyota Steakhouse in Swakop. The privilege I had there was that Steakhouse never had a black person as a salesperson, so I was the first black sales executive which was appointed at Steakhouse Toyota. So I worked with Steakhouse Toyota as well, where I was doing very good, but I came to realize again that I'm too good in furnitures, So I was basically decided to see if I can acquire a better position, as I go back to retail. And then I was given a position as a sales manager in venue, house and home, where I, also managed the sales team. As I was working in venue, I was asked to run or open a branch in Walvis Bay at Jones Mall, where I became a branch manager at House and Home. But anyhow, this is just a story for me in retail. So after retail experience, like I said, after grade 12, I moved for better opportunities, but I stayed for more than 21 years outside Katima Mulilo.
Yeah.
But I decided, and seeing that I was aging, I said, no, let me go back to my hometown and let me, build structure that is permanent for my kids. So then I came back. On my way coming back, unfortunately, it was during the Corona time, 2020, and it was a bit difficult to acquire a position. And then I stayed at home at the village for a year. In 2022, I decided to move from the village to come in town. And then the first thing I thought was to say, how do I get the opportunities of acquiring a position? And I thought, let me probably do the same route that I took as I started my journey into being a man. And then I visited the office of Ministry of Youth, and they directed me to say, people who are involved in doing films, because myself I do films. I own as well an organization called Foreign Pictures, where we did release a teenage pregnancy movie that you can find at National Library in Benin. So they directed me to see the Office of Art, the community library where we are now. And then I met the art extension officer, Mr. Vincent Mwemba, with the spirit that he has and the spirit I had, we had a very fruitful conversation. And then I felt that I think because he explained to me about the creative industry, he explained to me about most people who are not working but they have talent, they can make something out of that. So with my experience of being able to manage people, my experience of being able to, just the whole experience that I have, I think I can, play part of this organization to deliver for my people, you understand?
Yes.
So I was then given a position called production manager for the creative industry. Now, looking on what is going on currently with most of the youth, people of the youth want to acquire a position that pays them a basic salary, but they forget that this salary that you are getting paid for, it should be money that you have worked, that you have presented, tangible results. And I feel I need to open a door which I deserve because of results that I'm able to produce, understand? So he gave me that opportunity. We started working together to put down this, to work on the structure which was already there, and just to ensure that we bring the organization somewhere else. So since then we've been promoting artists, we've been helping with other musicians, the cultural groups, and myself as well have gotten out to learn about culture of my culture itself, because since I left I never mingled with Caprivians. I was with colors, with white people and all along, so I felt it is a good thing for me, then I can revise who I am, so now since then I've learned a lot of things about culture, about Caprivians and about how they live and how we were in the past. So currently, I also even managed to form certain culture groups. I'm involved with a group called Ponte Culture Group, and we currently working on a living museum that we want to open, just to, as well, something I'm doing for my people in the village, because looking on unemployment, really somebody who sees a vision in a different perspective should be able to pinpoint what should be done to help these other people who can see it, Yes. So basically, as an introduction, so I'm sitting today as a production manager and answering
Yes. So you are production manager here in Katima Mulilo. Can you say under which ministry or organization under which ministry or
organization.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Production manager in an organization called Lyambai Arts and Culture Industry, which is coordinated by the section of art, which is our senior officer is Vincent Mwimba, the art extension officer. And then so whatever we do also needs to be in line with the government, programs, and we don't really initiate, but we do come up with other initiatives ourselves, and then we get support from the Office of Art and Culture. Even though it is not financially supported, but we are supported in terms of saying maybe some advice how we can deal with issues, maybe we can get information as well easier through their office in terms of grant, bursary, and so forth.
Yes, I wanted also to shed light on purpose and passion within you being a production manager.
Yes.
Can you highlight on that? Or maybe also what has been carrying you throughout the journey of you going through management of sales, managing people, or especially in retails, and to where you are right now? What has been your purpose and passion that has been driving you through?
Okay, let me start when I was still young. I'm this kind of person that can come up with any stories immediately without being, without copying anybody's story. I can make up stories. That is one thing that made me realize that I'm actually a storyteller.
Yes.
And I'm actually an actor. So I easily coming up with things like that. And then with the experience I had that I've been doing sales for 19 years. I can interact with people. I know people's needs and people's wants. So I would love to use this experience now to be able to help the artists. See things in different way in terms of business perspectives. Let me say, an artist shouldn't spend $700 on a song, and then after that he doesn't earn anything, because what they mostly do is you pay $700, and the track that you make, you start to distribute it on WhatsApp, and people listen for it for free, and you are not paid for that. As our office advocate to ensure that their work is copyrighted and protected by NASCAM, of course. We ensure that they do the registration, they do put registration in place, so that if they are to acquire a tender, they are able to be paid, according to the paper that they have. I mean, if your music is recognized with institutions that protect people's music right, then it means nobody should. You can't pay. Nobody should ask you for a free copy, and you need to be paid for the work. So, as a production manager, currently I've been doing a lot of things to help our artists, or to help the organization come somewhere else. Our organization, as said, it carries 4 sections, or 4 industries. So currently we are working without budget, and we are working with less staff, but it shouldn't be an obstacle for us, because we understand the vision and we know where we are going. So we are still searching and scouting for possible staffs that understand the vision, that can carry up with us, so that when we are well established and well financed, we are able to deliver the service to the community.
Yes. Right. Before we wrap up to the end, I want, since you speak that you're still putting out the structure that is having a budget, that is having more personnel, maybe you can speak on to the audience, someone who is watching and they want to support the Lyambai arts and culture industry.
Yes.
What type of help that you think is necessary at this point?
Okay, for the audience of the people that are having good hearts, who want to support us, our aim of our vision is that we want to unite the people together. It's a bit difficult to give everybody a cent, so we created this industry so that everybody works under an umbrella. So whatever is given to us will definitely be for all the industry, because we have to come up with activities that can, sustain them. We'll come up with an activity for visual, activity for performing arts as well, So please, you should feel free to contact us on the number that will be provided, and we work from 8 to 5, and we are available. We have a website as well online. You can just Google for Zambezi Creative, and you can Google for Lyambai Arts and Culture as well. So we also operate there. We have a lot of our stuff that we do, our work, we post them as well on TikTok. We have a site there that we showcase whatever we do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Yes, we'll be linking their contact details, WhatsApp detail, our email address, and also their website. We'll link it in the description box, and so you can obviously contact them directly. Contact Mr. Eric directly, but in general, we are speaking about the Lyambai arts and culture industry. And now coming back to our story, we are almost wrapping up with the story, but I want you to look back and give a reflection. I know the journey of us being creatives or in any industry has not been easy. Maybe looking back, what was one of the key highlights that you feel this was a high, it was a celebration for you, it was also a breakthrough for you? Can you speak on anything like that?
As mentioned, the mindset of most of us sometimes makes us construct either a good future or a bad future for one that constructs it. Let's say, for example, in my case, I never gave up. I knew I was the first person that went out there to look for opportunities and provide bread for my family. Even though I'm not the firstborn and I follow the firstborn, I actually opened up opportunities for my families as well. So I never gave up. That is one thing. And persistence, is the second thing. So whatever you do, everything has a start. So as soon as you start something, you need to expect to harvest what you started. So if you start something and give up in the middle of the process, you won't reach the other part where you are to harvest, you understand? So I'd love to tell the audience out there to please never give up, keep moving forward. People are going to talk about, no, you are going nowhere, you don't make sense, things you are doing is like this and that. No, of course. But for me, that is an encouragement. If bad things happen in my life, I feel that my door is closer to, for better things, So I always use that perspective of saying things comes bad. I shouldn't cry about it.
Yes.
It is a symbol of a symptom that says that, I think my beautiful door is about to open. So I only continue and I tolerate that. Yes.
That is really well said and beautifully given to the audience, not to give up at all. And I believe that this is where we end with our conversation. Obviously, we'll continue creating stories within the region, but I would love to say thank you so much, Mr. Eric, for the time that you put in. Mr. Eric is also doing our production or behind the scene with all the other stories that we are lining up. So we will really appreciate your time and your efforts. And yes, let's say goodbye to the audience.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Thank you.